So that was section 6. Let's continue on now to section 7. So in section 7, looks like we're using an OR operator. So what we have to do here, if we read the instructions, set Boolean 1 equal to the result of, so they're giving us an expression and we have to evaluate. And like I said, you can cheat by going to a Python editor. Just simply copy that result right in. But I would encourage you to work this out. Let's see what the result is. We see the result of the whole thing is true. But I recommend that you actually try to work the whole thing out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Notepad and I'm going to see if the whole thing, how it evaluates. So the left side is right there of the OR operator, and the right side, let me change the color for the right side, and we'll make the OR a different color, or we'll make it red. Okay, so left side or right side have to be true for the whole thing to evaluate to true. So let's start with the right side. So Cleese, that's the name of an actor, equals the string King Arthur. Well, maybe if he's an actor, he might equal it, but when we're talking about Python strings, that is definitely false. So the left side or the right side evaluated to false. On the on the left side, we have an exponent here, 2 to the exponent 3. So 2 times 2 times 2, well, that gives you 8. And then 108 remainder 100. Well, when we divide 108 by 100, there's a remainder of 8. So the left side evaluates to true. So if you have true or false, the net result is going to be true. So we can safely put true in the first Boolean one. Okay, let's go on to the second one. So true or false. Well, if the left side is true or the left side is true, then the whole thing is true, and you can see the left side is true. So we can evaluate that immediately to true. We'll go on to the next one. Let me copy and paste that in so we can take a closer look. Okay, so there's the OR operator. So we'll make the right part. We'll make the right part a different color, and we'll take away the color for the OR operator. All right, so on the right side we have false. Okay, maybe we have some hope for true on the left side. So let's go ahead and work this out. So we have an exponent here. 2 stars means exponent. So 100 exponent a half. Now, if you've never seen that before, a half exponent means the square root. What is the square root of 100? Well, the square root of 100 is just simply 10. So we'll put 10 in there. And if that bothers you, well, just go to your Python editor and work it out. We can simply insert that in. Okay, so 10 exponent a half, and that will convince you that is square root. So the square root of 100 is indeed 10. So we have most of the expression worked out. So is 10 greater than or equal to 50? That is definitely false. So you have false on the left, you have false on the right. The operator is OR. There's no way this can be true. So we're going to enter false over here. Let's continue to Boolean expression 4. true or true. Well, if one of them was true, we would definitely have true there, so we can safely call that true. And then we have this last expression here, so I'm going to copy that into WordPad, and it looks like we're going to have a lot of fun evaluating this one. So there is your OR operator, and I think I may have copied it incorrectly. Yes, so let me just get rid of the color here and here. And well, we just have to grind it out. So there's your OR operator, so that's the left side. That's the right side. And we're going to work it out now. So 1 to the exponent of 100. Okay, so 1 times 1 times 1, 100 times, it's just going to give you 1. And again, 100 to the exponent 1. Well, that just gives you 100. So 1 equals 100. That sounds like false to me. And then we have a bunch of exponents here, or a bunch of multiplication. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6, and 3 plus 2 plus 1 also equals 6. Okay, so 6 does not equal 6. Well, that is false. So we have false on the left side, false on the right side. I think we have no choice here. The whole thing is going to result in false. And I hope I did this correctly, but we'll see in a minute. So we run it, and indeed all of it evaluated as follows. So we'll continue now on to the next one we're doing, and we're looking at the NOT operator. So NOT just inverts the value. Wherever you have true, it becomes false. Wherever you have false, it becomes true. So set the Boolean value for the following. Not true. Well, if something's not true, I guess it's false. We'll go on to the next Boolean variable, Boolean 2. So not of the following expression. So I'm going to have to work this out. So we'll put that in there. You can see your not operator. So we'll get rid of the color here. Okay, so let's grind this out. So 3 to the exponent of 4. So 3 times 3 times 3, 4 times. So 3 times 3 is 9. And times 3 again is 27. Times 3 again is, well, 27 times 3. So I'm going to use my calculator. Or better yet, let's do the whole thing from the beginning. So 3, that's the exponent. 4, oops, let's do that again. 3 exponent 4. And that gives us 81. So we have 81 there. And here we have 4 exponent 3. So 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. And again, if you're not convinced, you can just simply use a calculator, or you can use a Python editor to evaluate the result. So 81 is less than 64. I think that's false, and not false is true. So the final result for the second variable is the result for the second variable is true. So we'll enter true in there. We'll go to the third one. So let's highlight that one. And we'll work it out together. Okay, so 10 remainder 3. So 3 goes in 3 times. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 9. And the remainder is 1. So from 9 to 10 is 1, so there's 1 left over. And 10 remainder 2, well, 2 divides in perfectly into 10. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, and there's no remainder left over, so that becomes 0. So 1 is less than or equal to 0. That is false. And not false sounds like true to me, so we'll put true in there. We'll go on to Boolean expression 4. And let's work out the exponents. So 3 to the exponent 2, 3 times 3 times 3, that's 27. And 4 exponent 2, so 4 times 4 is 16. So add the 2 together, 16 and 27, I believe, gives us 43. So we'll put in 43 there. Am I doing this correctly? Yes, 43. And then we have 5 exponent 2, so 5 times 5. That's 25. So 43 does not equal 25. This operator in the middle means not equal, so that is true. It is true that they're not equal, and not true equals false. So our final result here is going to be false. And then we go on to the very last one, not false. Well, not false is true, and not takes you right back. So 2 negatives gives you a positive, and you're left with exactly what you started with. And I did a small typo up here. Let me do false. Let's see if we made any mistake with this. Yes, indeed. So we need to take a closer look at 4 again. So I'm going to quickly evaluate this. So that is going to be 9. 9 plus 16 is 25. So we have 25 on this side, and on the other side we have 25, and it says 25 does not equal 25. That is false. So not of a false is true. So maybe I had copied the wrong expression in there. And we will we'll test that out again, and this time it all evaluates to correct.